Good morning, day 68. How long can we do this? Leave me a comment below if you're cooking along. I know you're making different things than I'm making. Let me know some of the things you've made. That would be fun to share. So my favorite cup of coffee of the day is in the morning. Look at how nice and hot that is. So this week, today's Sunday, and this week, supposedly, my couch is going to be going out on the curb. I'm going to miss it. I loved that couch before it got all torn up. Now it's just a big dog bed. But anyway, now I can look forward to putting together my living room. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to hang up my macrame curtains without making too much of a fuss, because I'm trying to keep things simple, not make them more complicated. So I think I have a plan which involves some hot glue, but we'll see. You know, whenever you try something new that you're not sure if it's going to work or not, it's kind of scary. But sometimes we just have to forge ahead and not be afraid to make mistakes, and then just call them happy little accidents. All right, I'll be back in a little bit with breakfast number 68. Somebody's giving somebody else a bath. This little guy, he likes to keep the girls clean. He washes their face and their ears, right? You want to make sure the girls are clean. That's right. That's such a good boy. And Lizzie's such a good girl for letting you do that. These guys are so much company. They're a lot of work too, but it's worth it. Now it's Chloe's turn. Oh, too funny. So I got this rug on Amazon when I was looking around for my living room things, and it was pretty cheap. It was like $30, not even 20-some. It was 20-some dollars. So with all the money that I'm saving cooking my food, I have enough money to buy a couple little things to make my house look nice. Hello. Coffee chat time. Cheers. So I was thinking today about motivation and what motivates me to do something. And there's different reasons for all of us. We have our own triggers that get us moving in the right direction. So I was thinking about that, and I was wondering what my triggers are to get me motivated to go from here to where I want to be. So one of the things that is motivating me to do this series and to cook down my food is, first of all, I hate waste. I hate to throw things away. I like to give things away, or I like to use things up, rediscover what I had that I forgot I had. But I hate to throw things in the dumpster or the garbage. Anything from food to household tchotchkes. Unless it's broken, I don't like to throw things away. So one of the things that is motivating me to continue on with the freezer cooking, for one thing, it's you guys. You guys cheer me on, and that's awesome. I love that. So that's one thing. And another thing is because I hate waste. So at this point in my life, I've lived a good 3/4 of my life, and I just want to get to a place where I'm comfortable in my home, I'm comfortable with myself, And by myself, I mean the way I look. I don't want to have a big fussy routine, but I don't want to just let myself go either. And then there's my house. And I was feeling very, very unmotivated to do much of anything in my house. Not just the motivation, but, you know, the physical problems as you get older, that contributes to it too. So I found with me, when my house looks nice, I'm motivated to keep it cleaner. When it looks bad or dilapidated or whatever you want to call it, I'm not very motivated to take care of it. So that's one of the big reasons why I want to redo my living room a little bit so that I can fall in love with it again, and that will motivate me to take better care of it, because I've let that lax. I really have. I mean, in my younger years, people would ask me, how do you keep your house so clean? Of course, I didn't have 3 dogs back then, but I've always had pets. A dog, a cat, a dog and a cat, you know, several cats. At one point I had 4 dogs and 2 cats. And then the cats, the dogs started not getting along with the cats, so my son has the cats, and I just have the dogs now. But so I've always had pets, but keeping my house cleaner, the better it looks, the more motivated I am to keep it clean. And the simpler it is, the more motivated I am. So I'm trying to downsize some of the tchotchkes, and some of my tchotchkes I really, really like. So the ones I really, really like, I'll probably put in a box, and then when I get the mood to redecorate, I'll just pull them out and put them in whatever room I'm redecorating. That way I don't have to run out and buy all new decor, and if the color doesn't match, spray paint is an awesome thing. So I would just go ahead and spray paint it. So those are some of the things that motivate me. Another thing I'm going to start working on in the spring, and again, when I was younger, I was very much into physical fitness. I did Kajikempo karate for years, and I got up to a 2nd degree brown belt in that. Now I couldn't karate chop a noodle. And I walked 3 miles every day in my old neighborhood. And this neighborhood I live in now is awesome for walking. It's so peaceful, and I've taken you on some walks with me in my earlier videos. And but it seems like since I broke my hip and cracked my back, I've let all that go too, and I don't want to do that. So I was reading an article when I was going through my plethora of magazine articles that I had snipped out, and it talked about doing 3 10-minute walks every day. And I thought, I can do that. So I'm going to try that as soon as the weather breaks. Now I have a treadmill downstairs, but with my grandson living down there, it's kind of hard to time it, you know, so that I can get down there and walk on the treadmill. So I don't know, I may start out down there, but I just want to feel better. I don't like feeling like a dish rag. That's the only way I can describe it. You know, no energy and tired. So baby steps, literally baby steps, I'm going to start out. Then later on down the road, after I do that, then, you know, maybe I can start walking a mile and a half. Now I can walk that far, but at the end of that, I'm just, my back is just shut. So I want to slowly get myself back into that because I do miss it. And I love walking. It's like moving meditation to me. I really, really enjoy walking. So when the weather breaks, I'm going to try and do that. Get some fresh air, get some sun, getting some vitamin D. I do take a higher supplement of vitamin D, and my blood work was really good. About a month ago, I had blood work done, and it was really good. And I had enough vitamin B. I asked my practitioner to check those two things. Those levels were good. But even taking a vitamin D supplement, from what I've read and researched, you still need the sunshine. And they say to get, I think it was like 20 minutes of sun with no sunscreen on, just so your body can absorb that vitamin D. Now here in Ohio, that's hard to do because in the winter we don't have that many sunny days. And this winter's been awful, as you know, from my showing you the snow. And I am not a cold weather person. I hate the cold. I live here because, well, it's a beautiful place to live, but the winter weather is terrible. And but I live here because my family's here, and I wouldn't even think about leaving my family. So, but what motivates you? In the scheme of things, what things do you want to improve or work on? And you know, if you're working on a project, whether it's yourself or your house or whatever it is you're working on, and you fall off the horse, we all do. You know, it's like, oh boy, I really screwed up today. You know, whether it's eating too much or not doing what you wanted to do, get back on the horse. Every day, get back on that horse and do a little something. You don't have to do a whole day project, but you'll feel so good even doing 10, 20 minutes of something towards your project. If it's not spending money, then it's like, yeah, I screwed up. I went to Dollar Tree and I spent $20. I screwed up today. But tomorrow I'm going to do better. I'm not going to screw up tomorrow. I'm going to stay home if that's what it takes, or I'm going to have a friend over to help you stay home, have somebody over for tea or coffee, and just hang out at home. And instead of running to the store, trust me, I was the biggest, you know, that was my entertainment. I used to go to the store and shop. And it was like, that's why I'm finding all these great things now, but there's a lot of things that aren't so great that I think, why did I spend money on that? You know, so I don't know. Find your trigger. You know, everybody has a different trigger. Find your trigger that makes you stick to your goal. If you're a very social person and that's your form of socializing is getting out and going to the store, that's kind of what my mother does. You know, I'll be talking to her on the phone, and oh, I gotta go to Mark's and get a tomato. It's like, okay, you were just at Mark's 2 days ago. Why didn't you get the tomato then? Oh, I have to get out. You know, and she's like that, whereas I'm perfectly happy staying in my house. But I wasn't always that way. I mean, I've always been a homebody, but not to the degree that I've become a homebody now. In fact, I have to be careful that I don't just become a hermit, because I could do that. All right, I don't want to chat too much longer. There's some other things that I want to do today, and it's almost time for breakfast. So I'll be back in a few and show you what breakfast day 68 is. Breakfast day 68. I know this doesn't look like breakfast, but here's one of the projects that I want to work on a little bit today. I have this macrame that I got, And that is going to be a window treatment, and I hope it looks good and not like I just hung rags on my windows. But, excuse me, I want to figure out, I think I'm going to hot glue it on here. There's a little channel, and this is my valance to my not mini blinds, to my wooden blinds. So I think that'll look nice, and it'll be easy to hang that up. So I'm going to do the small windows first before I do the two large ones in the front. But anyway, let's have some breakfast first. So let's go to the refrigerator and see what's what. Okay, I still have leftover mac and cheese. Yesterday when we went to the function, they had food there, so I ate there. And so now tonight, I don't really feel like having mac and cheese again, because I had mac and cheese yesterday at the function, so I think I'll save this for the day after. But let's see what I have. I have still some lunch meat, but I think I still have 3 eggs. So I have 3 eggs. I'm going to have an egg. Maybe I'll have 2. I don't know. Anyway, for now I'll have an egg. And I'm going to have one of my rolls. And I think I'm going to make a little egg salad. So I'm going to get the mayo. And I think that should do me for now. I still have fitness bread that I want to eat up. I still have extra pasta that I cooked. I could have a fried egg scrambled with the pasta, but I think for dinner I'm going to do something with this pasta, not spaghetti. And okay, so I have an idea what I'm going to have for dinner too. Produce-wise, I still have 2 romaines, a few carrots, and let's see, a few of my grapes that I'll eat with my homemade yogurt. Hopefully that's not too sour, but we'll find out. If it is, then I'll just make more yogurt with it. And, well, I'm going to have lots of yogurt. Anyway, that's what I have left in produce. And I have 8 more days until March. And I may go shopping, and I may not. It depends on what I still have. But anyway, let's see here in the freezer. I think with my egg salad, I don't have any more potato patties, but I have these extra crispy potato things, so I'll have those instead of hash browns. Okay, still lots of food in my freezer, but I'm starting to see some room. And don't forget, I still have a whole freezer at my mom's, so still lots and lots of food to cook down. And I still have leftovers that I want to cook, and still plenty of frozen cheese. And if I don't go shopping for fresh produce, then I'll use up some of my frozen veggies and fruits. Got lots of fruits and veggies. I have a whole drawer of fruits and a whole drawer of veggies. So I'm very happy that I organized my freezer, because I know exactly what I have in there. So if you have a big mess in your freezer, you might want to think about making some order so that you know what you have. All right, I will meet you
Here
at
I
the
am
stove.
at the stove. I just opened this package of these, they're Finger Food Factory tater rounds, and I think extra crispy. I think I got these at Walmart when I did my last shop, but this was not what I was expecting, but I think they might be good. They're huge. So I'm going to make these in the toaster, not the toaster oven, the air fryer, and see if they're any good. They're not all that big. Some of them are like this, but they're still fairly large. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. So I was watching Rhoda Stone the other day, and if you like cooking videos, head on over to her channel. She does a lot of stockpiling and cooking from her stockpile, and she's just a lot of fun to watch. And she and I are kind of doing things a little differently, but in the end it's coming out sort of the same. Trying to use up the food you have and be creative with your cooking. So I had to kind of chuckle because she does the same thing that I do when I have an open package. I just put a rubber band around it and stick it back in the freezer. And these rubber bands, I have a ton of rubber bands, and these come with produce, like broccoli or whatever, and I just save them. So then I put it in the freezer. So great minds think alike. Alright, so I'm just making a very simple egg salad here. Oh, the alarm's going off again. Anyway, pepper, fresh ground pepper, some lemon pepper, some mayo, and these are still the green onions I bought. Yep, I'm growing green onions. When I went for my February shop at the beginning of the month. So I'm going to put some green onion in there too. And they're getting pretty tall, so I better do something with them. And they won't last forever, but every couple days I put just a tiny bit of fresh water just to cover the roots. Otherwise they start to rot if you put too much water. So they've got a few dry things, but all in all they're looking pretty good. And I have those right in front of my kitchen window. Alright, so I got my little scooper spoon, and I'm just going to I don't want to put too much because this is salty. So some lemon pepper and some pepper. And I don't make my egg salad the same way every time. It's just whatever, however the mood strikes me. Because I'm kind of a seat of your pants kind of gal. You can put some mustard in here too. That would be good. But I think I'm just going to do it this way today. And then I'm just going to snip my green onion in there. So that's going to be a very simple breakfast this morning, and it's more like brunch time because it's 11:30 in the morning, but I'm not hungry when I first get up. But around this time I start getting hungry. And then sometimes around 3 o'clock I get hungry for a snack, but not for a big lunch. I'm just not a big, I either eat breakfast or lunch. So that's it, and then I'm just going to smash it up and put it on my roll. And I'm going to heat up my roll in my air fryer for 3 or 4 minutes just to crisp it up a little bit, and I'll be back. Okay, there we have it, breakfast day 68. Potatoes are nice and crispy. I made myself some oolong tea. Oh, matches my shirt. So, yep, cheers. I'm going to have my breakfast. but I'll be back later for dinner. I've got my macrame curtain valance hung up, and I just love it. I think it looks really good. So that's the first window, and I ended up just gluing it with hot glue and regular glue to the valance that comes with the blinds. So I couldn't be happier with the way it turned out. I'm going to make myself some dinner. Going to have a very simple dinner today. I have this leftover pasta that I cooked. I have some Gerard champagne dressing. I have some ranch dressing. This is Tuscan Garden from Aldi's. It's my favorite. And I have here an old jar of hot dog relish, the mustard and pickle kind. So I'm just going to make a quick pasta salad because for dinner tonight I'm just having a sandwich. And that's good to have sometimes. So I'm just going to put some of this Gerard's on there. And I'm going to add some ranch just to make it a little creamy. Just very simple. And then I'm going to add, a heaping teaspoon. Then I'm going to, of this. Then I'm going to taste it and see maybe it'll need more. I also want to add some pepper. And some onion powder. I put onion powder on almost everything. And then I'm going to snip some of these green onions since they're getting so tall, because I don't want to cut up a regular onion. So I'm just going to snip these in here. And I am just tickled pink that I figured out how I'm going to hang up those macrame things that I got for my living room. Now those were not very expensive. I don't recall exactly how much they were. I think they might have been like $15 maybe. I would have to check and see. But I'm trying to make my living room nice. So that I like being in there. I mean, I'm in there anyway, but when I have company over, it just isn't up to what I like. So I just want to, as cheaply as I can, with some of the money that I've saved on the groceries, just fix up my living room a little bit. And that'll make me happy. So, I don't know if this needs salt. I have to taste it, but I want this to sit for about an hour in the fridge before I eat it. So let's see. Nope, that's good enough. Doesn't need any salt. So just by throwing together some salad dressing and some kind of mustard, you can make yourself a quick pasta salad. Alright, so I'll be back later with my sandwich. I mean, it's not going to be anything epic, but I still have cheese. I have the vegan lunch meat. I have lettuce for my sandwich. I love lettuce on my sandwiches. So I'll be back in a little while. Hey, dinner time, day 68.
I could not sleep last night, so I decided I needed a nap, and now it's dinner time. All right, I know what I'm going to have. I'm going to have a sandwich. So I'm going to take the garlic aioli. I want some of my cheese, not much left. That was good. That was from Aldi's, and it was their 4 different kind of cheese, their pack that came on a tray. And I will buy that again when it's time to shop, if they have it. So I want one of these buns. And then my pasta salad that I made earlier. That should be good by now. And I'm going to have some lettuce. One of these, and these are still in good shape. There's 2 in there. And I'm going to grate a carrot have a little salad with it. All right. I guess that's it. I will meet you at the stove. Well, I just took my lettuce out, and it's still looking beautiful. I bought that at the beginning of the month. Wrapping it in a paper towel and putting it in a green bag really helps this last a long time. And my dogs just love their lettuce. Don't you? They just love it. Lettuce and carrots, all those kinds of things they really like. So this is just going to be a real quick little dinner. I'm going to chop up a little bit of lettuce. Not too much, just a little, because I have my pasta salad. And the rest will go right back in the refrigerator for another meal. And this produce I'm using is pretty much the last until I shop again. All right, here comes Chloe. Chloe, you want some? Hey, baby. All right. And they also love carrots. So they will each get a carrot. All right, one for you. One for you. There we go. Okay, I'm going to chop up my salad and I'll be back. All right, so I shredded up my salad. And I never like shredding carrots and getting out the box grater and all that because I hate cleaning it up. But since I rediscovered this little grater when I did a purge, I love this little thing. All you do is just rinse this thing off. So that was a good find in my kitchen. Carrots are gone, and this is what I store my carrots in. It has this grate, and then the water collects on the bottom. I've had it for a long time, and it seems to do a good job on the carrots. So I'm just going to add some grated carrots to my salad. And that's the last of the carrots. The puppies enjoyed some, and I grated up the rest. I may just save some of these for another salad. And it's going to be pretty simple salad. And more green onion. So I cut all the onion down now, and it'll grow back. It's not all cut down. There's still some greens that I can use. So, and I like green onions in a salad. I think it's really good.
And I saved some of the lettuce for on my sandwich. So it's just going to be a simple sandwich. Put a little garlic aioli on here. I like garlic aioli, especially when it doesn't go all over the place. So, but you know, whatever sandwich you like. If you're in a hurry and just have yourself a sandwich and a salad, or a sandwich and soup, it's a perfectly good dinner. And then I'm going to put some of this cheese on. I'm not sure which is still left here. I'm just going to randomly pull one out because I like them all. And actually, I think I'm going to put some aioli on this side too. I like to glue my sandwiches together with mayo. Keeps all the fixings inside. Sort of. Okay, so put some cheese on there and a couple of slices of this vegan lunch meat. And I think maybe next time I'm going to try and make some more. And I'll make the 86 Eats turkey because that's really good. So go check her out if you want to know how to make it. Very tasty. And this lunch meat doesn't last real long. A lot of times I'll freeze half of it because it starts getting sticky if it gets too old. So that's it. That's all I'm going to put on my sandwich, and some lettuce. I don't have any tomato, but that's okay. So once all my produce is gone, all I have left now is lettuce and some grapes. And once all that's gone, I'm going to start using some frozen produce. And I'm probably not going to eat all this pasta salad, so I'll probably have enough for tomorrow too. Okay. A little ranch dressing on my salad. Keeping it simple. And that is it. Dinner, day 68. All right, my friends, I'm going to eat my dinner. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.